Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Crypto Takeover here, coming back with another Bitcoin cryptocurrency video for you today. We're going to be taking a look at two different articles here. We have our first article: big investors stack up Ether as price rose to record high. Yeah, Ether has been kind of popping off, so we're definitely going to be taking a look at Ether in the charts too as well. And then we have Bitcoin returns to 40,000, or it's on its way to $48,000 in doubt as flows to key fund slow. Interesting. All right, so we'll take a look at that article here in a second. Bitcoin hovering right at around 34,400. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and cue that intro and get it going. All right, folks, if y'all are brand new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that we all can be updated every single video that we make on this channel each and every single day as Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies continue to see their bull market rally in 2021. Our first article here: Bitcoin investors stack up Ether as price rose to record high. We have here strong hands backed Ether rally to record highs on chain data suggestions. Okay, strong hands have been backing the recent rally to record highs for Ethereum cryptocurrency. The number of whales addresses holding at least 10,000 ETH jumped to a 13-month high of 1,100 on Saturday, according to on-chain data and blockchain analytics firm Glassnode. More than 35 whale addresses have been created this month alone, and 75 since mid-November. The increased accumulation by investors with deep pockets may have put upward pressure on Ether's price. Yeah, actually, well, that's definitely quite a few wallets there accumulating Ether, right? The second largest cryptocurrency by market value rose to a record high of $1,400 on late Sunday, and was last changing hands at near $1,400, representing 90% gain to year-to-date basis, according to CoinDesk Data 20. Small investors looked to have participated in the rally too. Both the number of non-zero addresses and addresses holding at least 0.1 ETH have risen to record highs, while on-chain data is encouraging for either bulls, drawing conclusions from metrics focusing on address growth. Changes should be done with care, as a single user can control multiple addresses. However, the data would appear to indicate an influx in money in the Ether market, probably via new and existing investors. Supply shortages. Data also shows Ether is leaving centralized exchanges, possibly creating a supply shortage and facilitating a stronger bullish move, according to one analyst. The number of coins held on exchanges fell to 15 million over the weekend, the lowest level since October 2019. The exchange balance has declined by more than 1 million in the past 4 days alone. Yeah, and so people are starting to move into their cold wallets. They're starting to obviously, once people are moving money off of the exchanges, it means that they're not wanting to sell, they're actually wanting to hold. And then we have further exchanges witnessing net outflow of 666,000 ETH on January 20th. The biggest single day exodus since May of 2019. ETH leaving exchanges is bullish as demise supply makes it easier for price to squeeze higher, generating a supply crisis. Trader in analysis Alex Kruger told CoinDesk, "It's clear to me large parties are accumulating. Ether's outflow from centralized exchanges does not necessarily mean investors are taking direct custody of their coins, which would be the case with Bitcoin. Some traders are likely depositing Ether into decentralized exchanges and liquidity pools, while others could be staking coins to earn passive income." Staking refers to, okay, so yeah, and obviously, ETH 2.0 is allowing for stake, for you to be able to stake your coins too and earn passive rewards. So that's obviously another incentive for people to move their Ether off of the exchanges as well too. So very interesting article here from CoinDesk, but we'll take a look at Ether charts and see what's going on with our charts too as well. Let's jump on over into our next article here. Bitcoin return to 40,000 in doubt as flows to key fund slow. Okay, so interesting wordplay there. Let's take a look and see what we got going on here. Oops, are we too zoomed in? Yeah, just a little bit. Okay, let's zoom in here. Here we go. All right, cryptocurrency enthusiasts counting on Bitcoin to bounce back up above $40,000 level face challenge due to flattering demand for the biggest fund tracking digital asset, according to JP Morgan. The pace of flows into the 20 billion grayscale Bitcoin trust appears to have peaked based on 4-week rolling average. JP Morgan strategist led by Nicholas said that in note on Friday, the fund slid 22% over the past 2 weeks through January 22nd, outpacing 17% drop in Bitcoin in the same period. At the moment, the institutional flow impulse behind the grayscale Bitcoin trust is not strong enough for Bitcoin to break out above $40,000, the strategist said. They added that the risk that the momentum traders will continue to unwind Bitcoin's future positions. Bitcoin's red-hot rally lost momentum after the largest cryptocurrency reached a peak of $42,000 on January 8th. Proponents argue institutional interest has helped boost Bitcoin's use as a hedge against dollar weakness and inflation, while skeptics maintain the latest surge is yet another speculative bubble akin to 2017 mania that preceded a rapid collapse. In recent days, prices have been volatile in mid 30,000s, and digital coins is still sitting in a gain of almost 270% over the past year. On Monday, Bitcoin advanced about 4% to $33,000. In London, the near-term balance of risk-reward skew is downside, the JP Morgan strategist said, and separate analysts, OKX Insight founder, some long-term Bitcoin holders, so-called whales and miners, likely sold to institutional investors during the 2020 rally. Yeah, old-school Bitcoiners sold some of their old bags, and new institutional buyers were extremely large new bags to fill. Yeah, and that's more or less what it's looking like is, you know, the fact that when people are selling right at about this point, they're selling to the institutional investors. It looks like 2020 is definitely going to be the rise based on institutional money coming into this space too as well. So, you know, with that, I think people are getting a little antsy about the price and maybe that it's not moving as much as of right now. But that's just part of the game right now. I think that if you think that prices are going to see a sell-off, I think that you're in for a big treat, or definitely a big next move probably here in the next couple of months or so too as well. So this article more or less seems like FUD to me, honestly, just because they're saying that it's going to be really hard for us to get back up to $40,000, but our charts are saying something different. So let's take a look at our charts and see what's going on over there, and let's jump on into it. All right, folks, so we're taking a look at the Bitcoin charts right now. Bitcoin sitting right at about 34,500, hovering in this area. We have seen a nice big move to the upside ever since our last dump all the way down to $28,000 or so. But what we're looking at here is this trend line obviously holding us at down as resistance. It looks like we are about to come back up and retest that. And one thing that I'm kind of noticing here that we've also pointed out on our previous videos as well is a possible little inverse head and shoulders pattern here. So we have something of a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders pattern that's kind of happening on the charts as of right now. This could definitely end up playing out, especially if we come back up and retest this trend line and possibly break through it. That could leave us to a pretty high price target above head, and you know, I definitely want to consider possibly that move that might be wanting to play out too as well. So I mean, if we are to take possibly a 1 point extension here, excuse my alarm, I'm trying to make sure that I wake up in time to give y'all these videos, right? Okay, so if we are to take our 1 point extension here, probably from our peak to our low, let's see what that would end up being for us. I think it's going to be a pretty big move, to be honest. So possibly going all the way back up to $45,000 or so if we are to get a nice bullish breakout pattern here. But let's digress just a tad bit and take a look at Cipher B. So right now on Cipher B on the 2 hour, we can also see that our money flows are wanting to move back into that greenish territory. Our momentum waves are still moving to the upside trajectory as of right now. And if we kind of zoom out here, let's move on into our 4 hour time frame, see what's going on here. We did have this blood diamond that wanted to play out. Didn't quite give us too much of a bearish move, more or less a bear trap signal there on that blood diamond. We were getting a lot of Christmas tree patterns down here where that blood diamond did occur, but now we're starting to see this move back to the upside. You can see our 4 hours still wanting to recover here on Cipher B as well too, possibly moving back into that green money flow too for us as well. And so, folks, if y'all are interested in picking up the indicators that we use on our channel, there's links in the description box below. We use the Market Cipher indicator by CryptoFace alongside with the TI sequential by Tone Bays and the market guide buy and sell signal. But you can see how this trend line is acting as major resistance for us as of right now. And if we are to break through that trend line, we're going to see probably that higher, probably mid $40,000 level, more or less, for this to finish playing out. Let's take a look at our 6-hour chart, see what's going on here. 6-hour chart, definitely also kind of seeing that same recovery phase. You can see on Cipher B, we're also pushing through our 0 pivot point here with our momentum waves as well. And it does kind of look like our Cipher B is also wanting to move back to the upside. We do have our money flow that's kind of ready to start moving past our 0 pivot point level 2 as well. So if that wants to play out, we'll want to see us break above this trend line here that's been holding us down. So we are starting to see those bounces and our pushes back up above our 21 EMAs. Taking a look at the higher time frames, we held nice support above on our 2-day chart. We held nice support above our 21 EMA here on our candlestick patterns. And taking a look at the daily, that was our 2-day. We were expecting a squeeze. Our daily is going to want to get back up above our 21 EMA here on our daily chart. And we can also see on Cipher B that we are getting a green dot down here, and we'll want to see that green dot play out, push us back up above our 0 pivot point on our daily, and then maybe make a nice little bullish move up above there for us too as well. 12-hour chart still looking okay. 8-hour money flow looking a little thin, but it does look like we are seeing a nice bounce here on Cipher B. We can start to see our green money flow bouncing off of our 0 pivot point, and we want to see our momentum wave start to move back to the upside above our 0 pivot point. So things are looking pretty good here for Bitcoin. What we're going to look for is possibly a break above this trend line, and then maybe a nice bullish move after that too as well. So let's see how this wants to end up playing out for us, folks. We'll keep a close eye on some of our lower time frames, probably the 2-hour. This is the chart that I'm going to be keeping a close eye on. You can see that our trend line indicator has also given us a few trend lines to break through. If we are to break through those, I definitely feel like we'll have a pretty big move after that. Let's take a look at the dominance chart. Dominance chart finding support. Okay, this looks actually pretty good. So taking a look at the dominance, let's take a look at the 10-hour chart. 10-hour chart has also given us our first green Heikin-Ashi candle for the most part. Money flow still not looking 100% too good here on our 10-hour chart, but let's take a look at our 6-hour, see what's going on. Are we starting to see any recovery on these lower time frames with our money flow? Possibly on the 2-hour. Cipher B maybe wanting to start move back to the upside. Let's take a look at our 90-minute time frame, see what's happening here. Man, yeah, it still looks like, you know, we're trying to recover here on our 45-minute money flow starting to move back to the upside. That's what we really want to see is for some of these lower time frames. We probably want to wait till our 2 hours ready to start recovering. It does look like we are wanting to possibly break through a resistance trend line above head. We were breaking down below this channel here on our candlestick patterns, but it looks like we are starting to make a recovery back into this descending channel that we found ourselves in too with the charts. So yeah, I think that the dominance chart still has a little bit of time to recover, but I think as we approach our resistance line on Bitcoin, on the Bitcoin charts, with our little inverse head and shoulders that could be playing out here on our 2-hour, we'll probably see some resistance here, moving to that trend line. And then I'm thinking we'll probably end up moving sideways for maybe like a few more retests and then probably just skyrocket through it. We probably want to see our dominance chart also correlate with the move to the bullish upside event too as well. So when that is to occur, we'll definitely start to see them both move simultaneously, right? All right, let's take a look at the dollar value and see what's happening with the dollar coming Monday morning here. Let's kind of zoom out here. Let's take a look at the 8-hour maybe, see what's happening. 8-hour, we were starting to get some more bullish sentiment here with the dollar as money flow was kind of recovering on Cipher B, but it does look like we want to have a little bit of a bounce. I'm not expecting anything too crazy here because our higher time frames are still showing a lot of bearishness as of right now. Even our 2-day, did we get a red dot on our 2-day chart? Not quite yet. But I'm still expecting probably for this to play out maybe in the next couple of days or so, is that we'll end up getting another rejection here on our DXY chart too as well to send us back to the downside. So nothing really changed with the dollar. It's still kind of pretty volatile as of right now. I think as they're kind of working out stimulus and trying to get all that stuff figured out too as well, we're definitely going to see some more volatility with the dollar for the most part. Let's take a look at ETH, everyone. Oh my gosh, what is going on with Ethereum, folks? Ethereum has been breaking new record highs. It looks like we are retesting one of our key levels as of right now, sitting back up above one of our fib levels, and now we're going to probably want to retest that higher level here, the fib extension of the 786. So this is our fib extension levels. Next point to probably test is the 786, which will lead us to a $1,500 Ethereum, which would be massively insane. Let's take a look at our 4-hour chart here, see what's kind of going on. You can kind of see that our money flow is still kind of ready, still looking pretty good here, even on our 2-hour chart. Looking a lot better than Bitcoin was, but we did give a nice little bullish signal here for ETH. And we said, hey, this looks like a pretty nice little area that we could scalp long and look to retest retest the all-time high once again, right? Take a look at the 6-hour chart. It does look like we are going to probably see some consolidation around the 618 area. We want to make sure that we hold support above our new all-time high for ETH. And then once we find a little bit of consolidation and support, we're probably going to make a nice move back up to the 786 level, and ETH will probably end up putting in a new all-time high. So, you know, the fact that Bitcoin is starting to move right now as well too gives us a nice sign that Ethereum wants to take a little bit of a breather before it continues to take off too as well. So yeah, that's looking like what Ether's doing right now. We'll keep a close eye on it. I'm more or less probably expecting a nice move with Bitcoin first before Ether decides to make its way up to the 786 area. And then once we start to see those kind of, once we see Bitcoin probably find resistance at that trend line, then we're probably going to look for Ether to continue further up here too as well. So that's just a gameplay scenario that I think is going to play out. Don't forget, folks, we have our private trading group page in Patreon. We're using Patreon as a payment processor. If you want to pay with debit or credit card, sign up through Patreon. Or if you want to pay with crypto, you can message me in Discord. We moved all of our posts over to our Discord server. But once you join, make sure you give me your Discord username so that way I can give you access to our private categories on our Discord server. So folks, with that being said, yeah, we're definitely looking at some nice moves probably coming in the later on this week. We're going to be keeping a close eye on our 2-hour chart for Bitcoin to see if we can break above this trend line here, and then maybe see some higher numbers there for Bitcoin. So with that being said, folks, I'll see you all in the next one. CTO signing out. Peace.